All right, hi, I'm Nathaniel Jones. This is my persuasive speech on vaccines. So to start off, I'm going to be talking to y'all about what a vaccine is, or what most vaccines are. So what most vaccines are is normally a little bit of that virus or pathogen that is dead or weakened and is injected into your body. And then your body will fight it off. So then it knows what it is, and your antibodies, they already know what this virus is. So if you actually did get the actual virus that is active and dangerous, your body can defend it off. But we're going to be talking about the COVID vaccine because it's more relevant. It happened here recently. And there's two types of COVID vaccines. We're going to be talking about the mRNA vaccine. And the mRNA vaccine does not do what most vaccines do. It gives you a strand of RNA and has no COVID in it. Something that should be made very clear about the COVID vaccine is it does not inject any COVID into you, and you cannot get COVID from the vaccine. RNA is a strand of DNA, and that strand of DNA makes a protein in your body. So they inject it, it makes a protein in your body. And what that protein does is it helps your body make antibodies to protect against viruses. Why is it important that I'm talking about the RNA? Well, I did some research on the RNA going through multiple websites. Because symptoms is a big thing about vaccines and why people might not take them. With the symptoms, there is headache, fatigue, and fever. And whenever I go to these websites, they tell me that the symptoms are rare. And I want to know what rare means to them, percentage-based wise. So I looked more through those same websites about rare until I found some data. And it said the first time they gave out the COVID vaccine, from 77 to 80% people got symptoms. That is not rare at all. I don't think that's rare. But then again, I think when they mean rare, I think they maybe talk about nowadays. So if you go through the website and you look for it, it says nowadays when people get the COVID vaccine, their symptoms are like 15% headache, 16% fever, and then like another 17% on the other symptoms. And that I don't think is rare. Rare would be like 5 to 2%. So symptoms is a big reason people might not want to, get the vaccine. They're like, I don't want to have a headache, I don't have fatigue, I don't want to get this or that. And I understand why people don't want that. But symptoms, would you rather, be in bed with a headache, or would you rather get COVID or the flu or something else? That's a big thing about vaccines. A bunch of people don't trust vaccines. They think, there's malpractice, not malpractice, but there's bad stuff in the vaccines. The government's putting stuff in them. I don't believe that's true, but I am superstitious about one thing. So I am not vaccinated. I think being vaccinated is good. My family, they're all vaccinated. Now, the reason I'm superstitious is because I'm the healthiest child in my family. My parents and my family who have been vaccinated, they get sick on the regular. I don't get that sick. So it could just be a crazy coincidence, but it's like, for example, I got the flu like 4 years ago. I got the flu 1 year. I couldn't get out of bed, couldn't really do anything. And if you saw me, you'd be like, this dude's gonna die. The next year rolled around, about the same thing happened. And it's like, all right, maybe I should get the flu vaccine. Well, third year rolled around, I got the flu again. But my body, after experiencing that 2 different times, it got used to it. And it's like that time I could walk around. I felt a little sluggish, of course, because I'm sick. But my body got used to it all. And I got stronger. And that's not for everyone. Some people just have a weak immune system. And I think if you have a weak immune system and you know it, you should get vaccinated. I think it's for the best that you do. I think it's free will and your choice entirely. I don't think you should be forced to do it unless job-related reasons or traveling overseas is the only time you should probably get forced to do it because of, rules and regulations. And that I understand. Then again, I still wouldn't want to be vaccinated. But vaccination for the most part is good. Unless you're allergic or if you just really don't want the symptoms. And I just kind of stand on the fence between it because I'm not going to fully tell somebody you should get the vaccine, you shouldn't get the vaccine. I think it's entirely up to you and it's your choice. I know I'm supposed to be persuading, but I guess if you want me to persuade you on this, if you get sick all the time or if you're weak, you should get vaccinated. If you have a strong immune system, you might still want to get vaccinated. You might not. But I think it's more up to you. Now, when I get older, I know my immune system will not be as good with age. And with vaccines, symptoms are more rare when you do get older. So when I'm older, I will probably get vaccinated, so I don't get sick as often. It's not the best persuasion, but it's my persuasion on if you should or shouldn't. And that is my persuasive speech on vaccines.